Welcome to Avi's Bar Mitzvah. Well, this has been a palaver. Will we have a Bar Mitzvah? Will we be in shul? Will we be in the garden? Well, we're here now, and for that, I'm grateful. Just a little under 2.5 years ago, I stood up in front of around 120 people and welcomed everyone, friends and family, to Noah's Bar Mitzvah celebrations. I started off by saying that I hadn't any experience in welcoming people to such an event. And then I talked about the desire to make that day, that weekend, a truly special event for our eldest son. 2 and a bit years on, and whilst that desire is still the same, the child has changed, the baton has been passed, and of course, at the same time, the world has changed as well for all of us on both macro and micro levels. We're so grateful that even with the somewhat challenging circumstances, you could all join us, albeit virtually, for the man of the hour's Bar Mitzvah. We're only sorry that Avi's grandma, who was so proud of Avi, can't be here too, and she is of course very much missed from these celebrations. Now shortly you'll get to hear a little bit more about Avi, and hopefully you'll get some insight into an amazing young man. He'll also sing part of his Bar Mitzvah portion, which he spent a little over a year preparing for, and which hopefully he'll do in full back in shul next year instead. As many of you know, Avi is child number 2, aka the middle child, aka the child who never gets anything new, but also is never the doted on baby of the family. In some ways it's hard being the middle child, but the truth is, Avi has never been bothered about where he sits in the pecking order, because he is very much his own man. Avi is independent and quite comfortable doing his own thing, regardless of what anyone else is doing. Generous with his time and energy, and always smiley, well aside from when lacking food, Avi is flexed with the ever-changing external situation and government guidelines and has prepared for this alternate format Bar Mitzvah in much the same way as he prepares for everything else, with an open mind, a focused attitude, and a smile. We're so very lucky to have you, Avi, and in truth, we are all super proud of you. And now, over to you.
I'm twinning my Bar Mitzvah with Avram Chodes from Warsaw in Poland, who was murdered at Treblinka at the age of 12 before he could reach his Bar Mitzvah. Vayasef Moshe el HaMachaneh hu v'ziknei Yisrael v'ruach nasa me'et Adonai vayagos savim min hayam vayitosh al HaMachaneh k'derech yom ko u'ch'derech yom ko sevivot HaMachaneh u'chamatayim al penei ha'aretz vayakom ha'am kol hayom hahu v'chol halayla v'chol yom ha'machorat v'yasfu et haslav hamamit asaf 10 chomarim vayishlichu lahem shatoch sevivot hamachaneh habasa odenu bein shnehem tereb yikaret va'af Adonai charav ba'am vayach Adonai ba'am maka rabba me'od vayikra et shem hamakom hahu kivrot hata'ava ki sham kavru et am hamitavim mikivrot hata'ava nasu ha'am chatzerot vayu b'chatzerot ותדבר מרים יהרון ומשה על אודות האישה הכושית אשר לקח, כי אישה כושית לקח. ויאמרו הרק אך משה דיבר אדוני, הלא גם בנו דיבר, וישמע אדוני. ואיש משה עניו מאוד, מכל האדם אשר על פני האדמה. ויאמר אדוני פתאום אל משה ואל אהרון ואל מרים, שאו שלושתכם אל אוהל מועד, ויצאו שלושתם. וירד אדוני בעמוד ענן, ויעמוד פתח האוהל, ויקרא אהרון ומרים ויצאו שניהם ויאמר שמונה דברי אם יהיה נביא לכם אדוני במראה אליו את בתו בחלום אדבר בו לא כן עבדי משה בכל ביתי נאמן הוא פה אל פה אדבר בו ומראה ולא בחידות ותמונת אדוני יביט ומדוע לא יראתם לדבר בעבדי ומשה ויחרף אדוני בם וילך והענן שר מעל האוהל והנה מרים מצורעת כשלג ויפן אהרון אל מרים והנה מצורעת ויאמר אהרון אל משה בי אדוני אל נא תשת עלינו חטאת אשר נעלנו ואשר חטאנו אל נא תהי כמת אשר בצאתו מרחם עמו ויאכל חצי בשרו ויצעק משה אל אדוני לאמור אל נא רפא נא לה ויאמר אדוני אל משה באביה ירק בפניה הלא תקלם 7 ימים תסגר 7 ימים מחוץ למחנה ויאכל תאסף ותסגר מרים מחוץ למחנה 7 ימים והעם לא נעשה עד תאסף מרים ויחר נעשו העם חצרות ויחנו במדבר פרן רוני ושמחי בת ציון כי הנני בא ושכנתי בתוכך נאום אדוני ונאבו גויים רבים אל אדוני ביום ההוא והיו לי לעם ושכנתי בתוכך וידעת כי אדוני צבאות שלחני אלייך ונחל אדוני את שטח חלקו על אדמת הקודש ובחר עוד בירושלים הסקו בשר מפני אדוני כי נאו ממון קודשו ויראני את יהושע הכהן הגדול עומד לפני מלאך אדוני והשטן עומד על ימינו לשטנו ויאמר אדוני אל השטן ייגע אדוני בך השטן ויגע אדוני בך הבוחר בירושלים הלא זה ודמותו מאש ויהושע היה לבוש בגדים צועים ועומד לפני המלאך ויען ויאמר אל העומדים לפניו לאמור הסירו הבגדים הצועים מעליו ויאמר אליו ראה העברתי מעליך עוונך והלבש אותך מחלצות ואומר ישימו צניף טהור על ראשו וישימו הצניף הטהור על ראשו וילבישוהו בגדים ומלאך אדוני עומד ויד מלאך אדוני ביהושע לאמור כה אמר אדוני צבאות אם בדרכי תלך ואם את משמרתי תשמור וגם אתה תדין את ביתי וגם תשמור את חצרי ונתתי לך מלכים בין העומדים האלה שמע נא יהושע הכהן הגדול אתה ורעך היושבים לפניך כי אנשי מופת המה כי הנני מביא את עבדי צמח כי הנה האבן אשר נתתי לפני יהושע אל אבן אחת שבעה עיניים, הנני מפתח פתיחה. נאם אדוני צבאות ומשתי את עוון ארצי ביום אחד. ביום ההוא נאם אדוני צבאות תקראו איש לא יהוא אל תחת גפן ואל תחת תאנה. וישוב המלאך הדובר בי ויראני כאיש אשר יאו משנתו. ויאמר אלי מה אתה רואה? ואומר ראיתי והנה מנורת זהב כולה וגila על ראשה ושבעה נרותיה עליה שבעה ושבעה מוצקות לנרות אשר על ראשה ושניים זיתים עליה אחד מן הגולה ואחד על שמאלה. ואומר אל המלאך הדובר בי לאמור מה אלה אדוני? ויען המלאך הדובר בי ויאמר אלי הלא ידעת מה המה אלה? ואומר לו אדוני. ויען ויאמר אלי לאמור זה דבר אדוני אל זרובבל לאמור לא בחיל ולא בכוח כי אם ברוכי אמר אדוני צבאות מעתה ההר הגדול לפני זרובבל משול והוציא את האבן הראשה תשועות חן לה.
Mazel Tov.
Shkoyach, Avi, Shkoyach, that was fantastic. Mazel to you. I'm delighted to ask Dan to now say the Father's releasing bracha, releasing him and Job responsibility from you.
Avi. Baruch Sheptarani Me'ansho Shelzeh. Blessed is he who has released me from the responsibility for this boy. Shema b'ni musar avicha v'al titosh Torah timecha. Shema b'ni musar avicha v'al titosh Torah timecha. Shema b'ni musar avicha v'al titosh Torah timecha. Torah tziva lanu Moshe Moresha kehilat Yaakov. Torah tziva lanu Moshe Moresha kehilat Yaakov. Torah tziva lanu Moshe Moresha kehilat Yaakov.
Danny Shkoyach, that was beautiful. Thank you so much. Avi, Mazel Tov to you on your bar mitzvah. Mazel Tov to your dear parents, to you Joe and Dan, to your grandparents, Judy and Mitch Sherborne, Irving Grose, and of course remembering your dear late grandmother Avril. Mazel Tov also to your relatives in Tel Aviv, New Zealand, Seattle, Edinburgh and Manchester, and family and friends closer to home but not in your home. And of course, not forgetting your brothers Noah and Sol. Avi, all your family share so much shnakas from you today, and I hope you know just how proud they are of you today and every day. Your laning and Haftorah were superb, first class, simply excellent. And as you said, you've been working up to this for such a long time, and you've clearly worked hard with your teacher JJ to prepare for today, and it's really paid off. So this is a very special day for you and your family, and it's a wonderful simcha. I'm just sorry that it isn't quite the bar mitzvah that you were expecting. But you know what? It does seem quite appropriate that you're celebrating your bar mitzvah at home, because your parents were founder members of BES at Yavna, and it all started with them hosting services in their home. Avi, you might just be old enough to remember that, although I'm sure that Joe and Dan would like me to make clear that in line with government guidelines, they don't plan on starting services again in their home anytime soon. Now with you, they now have a mezuman in their home, and Avi, we look forward to seeing you back in shul and becoming more involved in the shul services as well. Avi, you've learned so much in preparation for your bar mitzvah, and that is why we're also looking forward to joining you tomorrow evening as you lead Kabbalat Shabbat for the whole of the BS community, which will be live streamed on Facebook and YouTube. Just a little plug there. Avi, as your dad said, you're a very focused and independent young man. And amongst all your interests, you're passionate about climate change and protecting the environment. And you're quite the little activist. I just don't know where you get that from. And when we spoke, you told me that meat consumption is the biggest problem. It's cows that are a real issue. And I was thinking, well, you know, that is true, because a golden calf certainly caused the Jewish people a lot of problems all those years ago. But if we were looking for the Torah's view on our responsibility towards the planet, then we only have to see Bereshit chapter 2, where the task given to the first human being in the Garden of Eden is la'ovdo l'shomro, to work it and guard it. And that's definitely a positive principle that applies to us all. And we'll come back to that in a moment. Because later in the Torah, we learn that we are all warned against unnecessary waste and wanton destruction of the earth's natural resources. It's what the rabbis term bal tashchis. The sources in Parsha Shoftim, where we're told, when you besiege a city for many days to wage war against it, you mustn't destroy its trees. Why? Says the Torah, Ki Adam eitz hazadeh. For a man is like a flower, like a tree of the field. Now, what does that mean? How are we compared to a tree of the field? Rabbi Bachir explains that it's not the mark of an intelligent person to destroy something when there's no benefit in doing so. And so in practice, bal tashchis means that any waste of a resource, even if it's not actually destructive, is also forbidden. And this can be applied to many areas: food, materials, energy. And you know what, Avi? Certainly the worst type of wastefulness of all has to be in the realms of our opportunities, the ones we waste by letting them pass us by. Opportunities to improve ourselves, opportunities to help others, opportunities to learn Torah and do mitzvahs. Because these are presented to us constantly, and we can all agree that it will be a waste to just ignore them. Now, Avi, we all have unique skills, talents, and abilities. You have so many. Not only you are good with facts and maths, but you're also generous, you always volunteer to help, and you're honest and loyal. You've been self-motivated to learn Ivrit during lockdown, presumably in preparation for making Aliyah in the future, and you're learning to play the guitar. Your challenge now you've become bar mitzvah, your challenge is to live by the principle of bal tashchis. And what I mean by that is make the most of the talent and the ability that you have. Never waste them, nor the opportunities that life affords you. Always remember that the saddest thing in life is wasted talent. As someone once said, your talent is God's gift to you. What you do with it is your gift back to God. And as the Midrash interprets those words, la'ovdo l'shomro, to work it and to guard it. Our task, says the Midrash, is to work the garden by learning Torah and doing mitzvahs, and to guard it by not wasting the resources that we've been given. Avi, you've been given a fantastic start in life. You come from a loving, caring, and supportive home. Your parents have instilled in you the highest values. It was their drive and vision that was the key in the development of our community on the South Side. So I say, Joe and Dan, thank you for everything that you've done and continue to do. Your ongoing commitment and involvement with BS is an inspiration, and it's so much appreciated. Joe, from those early days hosting and leading BS at Yavna, you've continued to take children's services for many years, imbuing them with your creativity. And your expertise in strategy and development is now utilized for the benefit of the whole of the US. That means the United Synagogue, not the country. Dan, from being Gabbai for many years, helping to plan and run services, you've worked so hard to develop our youth provision. Not an easy task. And so, Joe and Dan, we owe you both a huge debt of gratitude. Avi, may your concern for the planet be matched by the care for the world that is your life. And I say to you now that you are bar mitzvah, make the most of what you have to improve yourself and the world around you, and work and guard your connection to Torah and mitzvahs. Make every use and then take every opportunity that is given your way. Don't waste it. Live by the principle of Bal Tashchis. And if you can do that, then you will be a source of great nachas and simcha to your dear parents, grandparents, family, to this community, and ultimately to God himself. Amen. Now it gives me great pleasure to make a special Mishu Berach on the occasion of your bar mitzvah. Mishu Berach Avoseinu Avram Yitzchak v'Yaakov Yivarech es habacha bar mitzvah Abi Yaakov ben Daniel Shemalu lo shlosh esrei shana v'yigel mitzvos v'ala la Torah se shevach oda al kol hatova shegmal teitzoi HaKadosh Baruch Hu yishmerei v'yatzilei mikol tzavazukah mikol negal makala v'yasem libo avasoi v'yirasoi v'lasos v'soi nolov dobrei v'avshem kol yamim v'noma Amen. May he who blessed our fathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, may he bless Rabbi Grose, who has attained his 13th birthday, has reached the age to perform mitzvahs, and will at some point, please God, in the future be called to the Torah to give praise and thanks for all the good things that you have done for him. May the Holy One, blessed be he, protect him, save him from all trouble and distress and from every plague and disease and virus. May he plant in his heart the desire to love and revere him, and the desire to do his will with a perfect heart throughout his life. And let us say, Amen. Avi, may it give me great pleasure to ask your dad to present to you a certificate on the occasion of your bar mitzvah. Dan?
Avi, certificate presented to Avi Grose, Avi Yaakov ben Daniel on the occasion of his bar mitzvah on the 19th of Sivan 5780, which is the 11th of June 2020 at home.
Mazel Tov. Thank you, Dan. And now Joe would like to say a few words to you, Avi.
Avi, you find yourself here today at your bar mitzvah at the start of a journey in life as an adult. An adult, can you believe it? Until this point, from a Jewish perspective, responsibility for your actions has rested with us. Now you are free to chart your own path. Your Sedra this week is also about a journey, the start of a long, dusty journey as the children of Israel leave Mount Sinai and make their way through the wilderness. Their journey isn't only physical, it's metaphorical. It's a journey that takes them from being a bunch of ex-slaves whose destiny was in the hands of others to a nation who has chosen Torah and its values. How interesting then that so soon after the shofar blast and the thunder and the lightning and the giving of the 10 Commandments, things have taken a turn for the worse. The people are complaining, they're hungry and thirsty, looking back nostalgically to Egypt and remembering the food they ate there. Meat, fish, melons, cucumbers. And here I have to pause to note the irony that you, Avi, who cannot stand a cucumber, much to the incredulity of us all, has the bar mitzvah sedra with the only mention of cucumbers, kishuim, in Tanakh. Anyway, we all read stories in Tanakh and wonder what we would have done in that situation. There is something that I am sure of. You, Avi, in that moment, even with a long, unknown journey ahead, you would not have been one of those people looking back, moaning or complaining. I know this because one of your greatest qualities is that you are filled with ideological zeal, with passion. You know in which direction you're headed. I think it's been about 4 years since you told us you wanted to make Aliyah. You were so young, and it may or may not happen. But since then, you've been avidly following Israeli news, learning Ivrit on Duolingo, and counting down the days until you can go. And it was because of your love of Israel that 2 weeks ago, we would have been in Jerusalem celebrating Shavuot, having spent a week touring. And we're proud you feel so connected to Israel. But if we thought you felt strongly about Israel, we had no idea what was to hit us next. Like many people, you were appalled by the scenes of pollution and plastic waste highlighted by David Attenborough. But you didn't just turn off the TV and carry on as normal. Rather, you learned about the environment, regularly showering us with facts and figures, and have become a climate activist. You have campaigned, made presentations, marched in central London, encouraged us to boost our recycling, screamed at us to turn off our lights, and joined a youth climate change group. On Sunday, you organised a very successful litter pick with friends in the woods, showing that one can campaign for global policy changes and at the same time still make a difference in a very local way. So back to the Jewish people. Actually, I can understand why they look back to Egypt. An unknown future is frightening. But you, Avi, show us every day not to be daunted by the unknown, but to grab it and own it, to actively build a better future. And so my bracha to you, my forward-looking son, is that you cling on to this precious quality and you never lose it. It would be a cliche to say that this bar mitzvah isn't quite what we imagined, but it isn't. But this evening, I have in my head, and we have in our heads, a virtual shul filled with family and friends and our wonderful community who we're missing so much. We can't see you, but we know that you're here with us, and thank you. Noah, who is off screen, so thank you for being the technical mastermind behind all of our online bar mitzvah events, as well as designing the beautiful invitation. And Sol, thank you for feeding us with your baking over the last few weeks and for being so genuinely excited for Avi. It's your turn next. Dan, we agreed that we wouldn't say anything about each other. Sorry, but I do just want to thank you for everything and for 20 years of married everything, and especially for all you've done to keep our family sane and healthy over lockdown. And just finally, back to you, Avi, and to your Sedra. We learned that the Mishkan was covered by a cloud by day and fire by night, and that this was God's way of showing his closeness to the people on their journey. It's a really compelling image. As you take these first few steps into adulthood, know that you too have Hashem with you every day, even on those days when you might feel challenged or when none of it makes any sense. And don't forget too that we're always there, your familial cloud and fire, right there with you, whether you're in Borum Wood, Israel, or somewhere saving the earth. We're just so proud of you. Mazel Tov.
Thank you for those beautiful words. And your bracha to Avi.
Yisimcha Elohim ke'Ephraim v'chemenashe. Yivarecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yikinecha. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
May God make you like Ephraim and Manasseh. May God bless you and protect you. May God make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. May God turn his face towards you and grant you peace. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. I'll talk to you all now. Avi, we have some messages from your grandparents.
Say it.
Mazel Tov, Abby.
Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov to you all. My dear Avi, it is a real pleasure to have the opportunity to say a few words to you this evening during your bar mitzvah weekend. You are a very fine young man with many good qualities, an engaging personality, and a usually sunny disposition. You do well at school and are good at sports. You are also blessed to have the most wonderful parents, Joanne and Daniel, and two fine brothers, of course, Noah and Sol. So you have a lot going for you. But just remember, becoming bar mitzvah, important though the milestone is the start of a new chapter in your life when you take on more responsibilities as a Jewish adult. Just one brief message from your Sedra of Bar Halosacha. Towards the end of the Sedra, when Miriam is afflicted with leprosy, her brother Moses cries out to God for her speedy recovery with the briefest of prayers, just 5 short words, Kel no Rafah no lo, loosely translated as, please God, heal her now, showing that a small amount of prayer said with kavanah, intention and feeling, can sometimes be very effective. Something to remember. I finish by wishing you Mazel Tov, you, Avi, and your family, Joe, Daniel, Noah, Sol, and of course, my charming Machatonim, Judy and Mick. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Avi. Hello.
It's lovely to be able to talk to you so nearly face to face on your bar mitzvah.
Though reaching this milestone means taking on enormous responsibilities of a man, we have no doubt that you'll not find this a problem. You are already very dependable and loving grandson.
At the moment, we're missing your lovely breakfast at 118 and your delicious scrambled eggs.
And we're also missing the beautiful sound of your guitar as you enthusiastically strum lovely melodies.
Hopefully, after this lockdown, as soon as we can, we just want to come and see you personally and give you such a big hug.
A big hug.
Big hug.
Big
Big hug
hug.
from both of us.
Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck, Abby. Good luck.
Firstly, I would like to thank Louise and Josh for all the amazing work they have done in getting all of this to happen. I would like to thank Rabbi Chapper for helping to carry out my virtual bar mitzvah. I would also like to thank JJ. You are simply the best. I wouldn't have been able to do it without you. You've been so patient and encouraging, and I'm so grateful I had the opportunity to learn with you. Finally, I would like to thank my parents for being so supportive and always being there for me.
Short and sweet, lovely. Mazel Tov. Well done, Avi. Mazel Tov to you all. Mazel Tov, Joe, Dan, Noah, Sol, and all the family. Enjoy your Mazel Tov and wonderful for you. Well.
Siman Tov and Mazel Tov and Mazel Tov and Siman Tov. Siman Tov and Mazel Tov and Mazel Tov and Siman Tov. Siman Tov and Mazel Tov and Mazel Tov and Siman Tov. Yeah, hey lanu. Siman Tov and Mazel Tov and Mazel Tov and Siman Tov. Siman Tov and Mazel Tov and Mazel Tov and Siman Tov. Siman Tov and Mazel Tov and Mazel Tov and Siman Tov. Yeah, hey lanu.